Good morning. Get on out of that student union, folks. The lecture hall doors are open. Walk across that Salem U University quad. Because we got a lot to talk about on Days of Our Lives. Big long list of things. Hypnosis from Dr. Marlena onto Sarah.
Does anybody else think it worked?
Yes.
And she just didn't want to say anything in front of
Yes.
Fiona and wasn't sure what to tell Xander yet. I think it worked 100%. Too with the way she was acting with Fiona. Yeah.
I think we are going to get one of those blurry, you know how, Days of Our Lives will often like show us what's happening post. And are like a blurry little,
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to see that.
Her hypnosis.
Melinda's still tied to a bed. Brady. Still struggling in that bed, Melinda is. She can't get out.
Poor woman. Those are good ropes. Connie did a good job.
I think Mom was totally right,
I gotta give it to Connie. She
I haven't seen a dirty plate. I haven't seen a bedpan.
Poor girl.
Kate and Holly are on the train to Splitsville.
Oh, I think so too.
Well, I mean, he was trying to just be, he didn't know she didn't know, but now, that other girl is.
Yeah, she's like, woohoo, I sniffed trouble in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Eric feels guilty over actions that he took a long time ago. Finally being confronted with these things, the ramifications of his drunken mistake years later.
Yeah.
There's a preview had Clyde. Did you guys see the preview?
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh, yes, there's a preview on YouTube, Mother.
And it's Clyde?
There's Clyde in it. Clyde's talking to the green guy, Mark.
Okay.
Something, Abigail. Hey, everybody. Hi. There's a brief rundown. Hope that helped out Kelly a little bit. I don't know if you watched this week, but she's here. Hi, Kelly, Jeannie, Sandra, Michelle. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And David's here, too. I don't know if you folks noticed, but we've got a 30-minute timer right above us. And I think the best thing to do would be to start it.
Yeah.
Because now in 29 minutes and 55 seconds, we got a big announcement to make for everybody. And for those who have visited us here on the 10th Floor Podcast Network before, you should have an expectation as to what that announcement should be.
Sure should.
Manage your expectations, people. Just
But let's get into it. Let's pick a topic. And I think we're going to go with what Jeannie suggests here. Jeannie says, my Rafe is awake and I'm so happy. Where was Galen? Do you know? Was he just taking a break?
No, I think that he was just for storyline purposes.
Just off for now.
I think he was making easy money. It doesn't take a whole lot of acting to lie there with that stupid thing.
Yeah.
You just have to be uncomfortable for a moment. I think he's just making easy money. Good for you.
He did something with the time. Anybody who follows him on social media, if he has a social media presence, I don't know. Let us know. I don't know, Jeannie, if you knew what he was up to, or anybody else that follows along the actors.
Well, I mean, it would have been 6 to 7 months ago.
Well, then scroll back 6 to 7 months.
I'm going to his Instagram. Good Lord.
Was he riding a roller coaster in St. Louis? I want to know. I'd be curious. No, so Rafe is awake, and when it comes to people being awoken from a coma, this might be one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So imagine, we're going to set the scene here. We've got Mayor Paulina Price watching over the body of Rafe, who's in a coma. Jada had to go because of Connie, Melinda, crime, Everett nonsense. I don't even remember why she had to leave. Something. But she had to rush off. And Paulina was there. She was hanging out. And at first, she was just like, hey, Rafe, everybody loves you. They miss you. They wish you would come back to them. So if you could just wake up, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing that didn't work, she was just like, hey.
She goes, maybe I should pull rank. It worked.
Ask the
and
mayor.
I loved it. So Matt.
Yes.
So, gosh, hopefully that would never need. But if one of us is lying there and we just won't wake up, you just call Jack A.
Right?
I would hope that she would come. That would be great.
I would hope she would come too. You come in, wake your ass up.
Oh my gosh. His youngest son is 16 and is a new pop star playing all over Los Angeles, says Jeannie. So I'm imagining Galen's kid is a pop star. He's singing and dancing on stage, folks. Ginseng Garing.
Well, I mean, a lot of their kids are singers and musicians.
many
I mean,
of
Nancy
them.
Lee Grahn, Maurice Bernard.
Yes.
There's a bunch of them that are.
And then there are
Karen
also
Matheson's daughter, I think she sings. The son does fashion design. Yeah, a lot of them do.
I saw a couple of pictures of him this week with his children. His children are gorgeous like him.
Are you
Yes.
talking about Galen?
No, we were
No,
talking
Karen Matheson.
Cameron
Yeah.
Matheson. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we jumped off of a bunch of different people here. Excuse me.
So I looked at
The Instagram for Galen?
yes. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. And in January and February, he had a lot of skiing things from Mammoth and stuff like
Okay.
that. But that's
Well, he had a staycation and it was wonderful.
He was out living his life,
Yeah,
huh?
he just went skiing.
well,
He's
I
like, "Oh,
mean,
look at the break."
he's been in the bed.
Well, I mean, I know that he couldn't go it's not like he could go do 6 months of backpacking in Europe or anything. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a week or two where he could have gone to, I don't know, Australia. I was just wondering. I'm just curious. I'm not criticizing the man. Go ski Mammoth and spend time with your family. How do I end all of the 10th Floor podcasts? What's up, Ma?
I want to just ask you because I know that some people might be wondering. So, you're in SoCal,
Mm-hmm.
and how is it with the smoke and the fire and all that? Because that fire is enormous.
I haven't even noticed it.
So you have blue skies still above you?
Well, I mean, right now it's kind of gray, but I
No, I'm
didn't
just
think about it
wondering,
more than just the weather
How
changing.
socked in is the LA basin with smoke?
I mean, it hasn't been.
Okay, well, I guess that fire is far enough away from you right now.
I guess. Like, I
and
don't
the
even.
wind's the right direction.
Ma, I'll be honest with you, Ma. It's such not a problem. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, man! SoCal, and I've seen lots of pictures,
Excuse me.
and video,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks like freaking LA's on fire. Really? Anyway,
I'm so sorry
never
everybody
mind
who's
that.
experiencing
You're
that.
cool.
And I'm also so sorry that I haven't noticed. But I also, I'm behind an Uber wheel a lot nowadays, you guys, and I'm not listening to the radio or anything. So if a writer doesn't come in and say, oh my God, the LA basin is on fire, I might not know about it.
So you don't even, okay. All right. Well, you know what? Maybe that's better in a way. So you don't know what this former president, you don't know what that means?
We're way off of Days of Our Lives topics. What
know,
the
let's
heck
go
is
back
going
to
on, Mom?
I'm sorry.
Hey, listen. It fits, okay?
I was just wondering.
Anyway, everything's fine for me. I don't know if that's the same for everybody else in Los Angeles. It's probably not the same for everybody else in Los Angeles.
Well,
but when it comes to this man sitting in this chair right here, we're okay right now.
I just brought it up because I thought, since a lot of our listeners are, they know you're in Southern California, and like I said, to the rest of the world, looks like the whole valley is on fire. So they might be wondering about your seat.
Time, folks, don't worry. I am okay. And the chat is mothering me just as much as you are saying, oh my goodness gracious, Matthew, you should know about this.
Okay.
Kelly, I will start paying attention. In between writers, I'm going to turn it over to AM radio.
I don't think you need to do that. But, I'm just, like I said, I thought maybe some folks may be concerned because they know you are
They
down
might
there.
have been, and I appreciate you speaking to that in case somebody was thinking it but was too afraid to ask. But as it stands right now, I'm okay. As far as I know, the people that I am connected to down here in Los Angeles are okay as well. So
Okay.
let's pray that
Fair enough.
continues.
Go back to Salem then.
Back to Salem. Rafe was sleeping. Well, now he's awake, and I'm sure he's tired and needs to go to sleep again because, it's not like comas are resting, right? It's different. It's being shut off. It's not being asleep.
I don't think anybody wakes up from a coma full of energy now.
No.
I don't think so.
No. No.
That's not.
But he can get woken up and like immediately asked what happened. Do you remember anything? Almost to the point where, where they, let's go investigate this, Rafe. Come on, get up now. Oh, well, I'm happy that he's back. I appreciate that his awakening saved Gabby's life to a degree, because she might have got stabbed otherwise.
I
Right?
know that Cockadoodie Connie. That's what I've decided her name is.
Cockadoodie Connie.
Cockadoodie Connie.
I need to find out how to reach her, because I feel like we should have her on soon. Because I
We need
think
to
it's
have
going to
Cocky
be into Connie pretty soon.
I would love that. So anyway, she running around town. She just got a steak knife behind her back. Just running around.
I know,
town with a
right?
steak
Just in
knife.
her purse.
Yeah.
In her purse that I don't even think is zipped or
It's my knife.
zippable.
It's my knife. It's just my travel knife.
Well, you
Right?
never
I
know
have
when
it
you
for a
might come
murdering,
upon a
don't
very
worry.
good cut of meat and steam a steak
I
knife.
know, right? Yeah. Might have to.
You
I
never
just
know
want
when
to
I'm
take
going
a
to have to
little
cut
bite
it.
of what.
You just never know.
You never know.
So, Ma, what do you think about this soap violence and potential soap violence? I mean, we got Days of Our Lives, we got knives, we got murders, we got poisonings, we've got baseball bats, we've got punches, we've got everything going on in Days of Our Lives right now when it comes to soap violence. What give it a star rating out of 5? What are you enjoying here?
Well, I don't enjoy. Okay, in order. I like my number one. I like a good beatdown. Okay, that's it. A stabbing's probably second on my list.
Especially a good one, like I know, like a Ava stabbing Ryan thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
good.
delicious.
That was good. I wish I had a Days of Our Lives example, but I don't.
Well, Cockadoodie Connie stabbing Rafe in the back at the grave, kind of kicking him in it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then my least favorite is shooting. But I don't want anybody to die. I really just want people to
I hear you.
I liked it the other day, like when Stefan hit EJ, punched him in the face. I like that,
Yeah. See,
I want to see Kristen slap the crap out of somebody. I haven't seen that yet.
oh, maybe she'll.
I'm sure it's in her wheelhouse, real hard.
Maybe she'll
I
slap
hope
the
she
nonsense
does
out of
it with
EJ.
Fiona.
Ooh, Fiona.
Oh, wouldn't that be delicious?
Because Kristen,
her poor Brady.
Yeah, Kristen is this quiet secret ally of Brady this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even think about that when she finds out the truth that is about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Kelly. Mama Cat did change rooms this week.
I did, because Matthew's older brother, Stephen, and his wife and his 2 children have come to live with us for 3 months. And I had to move out of that space because I gave it to them.
I don't
So
know.
this is actually my store. And it's a complete disaster except for right here.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you totally. I don't know what it is about our family, though, but anytime one of us moves, we have to move into somebody else's house in the interim time. My parents had to do it. My sister had to do it. My brother had to do it. We've all had to do it. I don't understand why it works out that way, but it seems to time and time again.
Now your brother can never, and he didn't say this anyway. Okay, I'm just talking. He didn't say this, but he can never say now, I'm the only one that never moved home.
Oh.
He can't say it.
He would have said it anyway. Michelle said, I heard this story would be wrapped up this week. It seems like it from the preview that Mom did not see, but we did. Check that out on YouTube. It looks like Connie is going to be up against a rock and a hard place with a knife against Ava's neck, it was?
Is it Ava's? Yes, I think it was.
Ava, so I don't know how Ava get wrapped up into it unless she was talking to Stefan.
He might just been at the wrong place at the wrong time. Who knows? We'll see.
And then there's a Jada bursting in on the scene, but what scene did she burst in on? We don't know. So it seems to all be maybe coming to a head next week when it comes to Connie.
1 second, I gotta take this.
More important things than us.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And that's one of the good things about Days of Our Lives, you guys. They don't draw things out forever and ever.
Not at all. I
They
mean,
don't, and I like it.
so Abby comes back, and then we find out that Abby is not Abby immediately. And then we find out who Abby's family is immediately. And then from this preview that I keep on teasing, Ma, Clyde's like, you better go get married. Go get them married. So it's like we're rushing into a Chad and Abigail new second wedding already as well.
So it's not just the Green family behind all this. Clyde is very much still involved.
Pulling the strings in some way and influence somehow, but why, I don't know. Maybe he's Grandpa Green for all I know.
Wouldn't that be cool? Maybe he is. You never know.
He's my grandfather
he
on
may
my
be their
dad's side, my
uncle.
mom's side, something like that.
He could be their uncle or something too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something.
Maybe they picked up the Cyrus storyline and he's been a financial benefactor this whole time, and they're the Gatling gang.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that would be super funny. Well,
One
Kelly's-
would think that the payments might have dried up a little bit when he was in prison.
Payments? Oh, I see. Yeah. Listen, I don't know nothing.
Offshore accounts.
Auto pays now? Like he just has an accountant that does these things that isn't in jail? I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. Here's a fun thing that I noticed this week, y'all, and I don't know if you noticed this, and I want to know what you think. Do you feel the characters of Stefano and Victor are still very alive in Salem, not physically, but emotionally, in those dang portraits that everybody talks to?
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
so.
I find it to be fascinating. And it just makes me wish that I had seen it.
Yeah, right? Those portraits up there, it's like they're overseeing everything still.
Right, it's like, oh, the spirit of Victor and Stefano are still here. Like, we got Abigail talking to it big time, and then Fiona was basically cursing out Victor and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's still, like, I don't know, it's like these characters and actors are still on the canvas to a degree.
They do the same thing on The Young and the Restless, but Victor's still alive. There's a big portrait of him always right
That's
there,
just
too.
arrogance.
But he's alive. Anyway, yes, if people would stop talking to the portrait, people would stop overhearing what they say.
That is true. That is very true, because oh boy, was all old Patchy had to do was just hang outside that door for another moment. And she probably would have spilled all of the beans.
I think Uncle Steve, Patchy, will probably cook her goose eventually.
He's already lit the fire this week with that conversation.
Old
He's
Patchy.
already like, I don't
old
know about
Patchy.
this
We're
crap.
talking about old Patchy.
Yep.
Old Steve Johnson. All right, old man Johnson from around the corner, okay? He only has one eye.
It always sounds weird when I hear someone call him Uncle Steve on there because,
That's my dad.
it's your dad. Yeah.
I get it. Plus a tribute to John and Joe. Yeah, Jeannie, I think so too. Just a forever presence there in the sets, and that's lovely. I think that's lovely. It's a great honor. Are they going to put a giant portrait of Doug up in the Horton house? I know Doug's not a
maybe.
Horton.
Maybe, but I don't know. That family's not the same,
It sure isn't. They're very much
The
still
Hortons are not
down
like
to
the
earth, right?
Kiriakis
They're still down
or
to
those
earth.
stick in the mirrors.
They're still people of the soil. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. I don't know the right phrasing.
Yeah.
Well, the Horton house, even though it's a nice home, it's not a mansion.
No,
It's a house.
it's just a lovely house, right?
It's just a lovely house.
Oh gosh, it just takes me back to that first episode again. Oh, I understand why that chair is such a big deal.
Mm-hmm. And it's magical. Well, but they have to get back to that. They need to get back to that time capsule at some point over there at the Horton
Yeah,
house.
I think we talked last week that it's going to be tied into somebody's fingerprint because they did something like this before.
Yep. And it will probably be opened around the time that they have their Doug celebration.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, I guess we're just waiting. We're waiting for all of that to come up. We are knee deep in all kinds of different fun story right now. With that still off long into the horizon, still a good 3-4 months away.
Probably.
Goodness.
So
We
what
still
do you think?
body and
what do
soul
you
to
think
get through. What's up?
Poor old Grady is so racked with guilt and remorse.
I feel
Oh my
so
gosh.
bad for him. I really do, because He didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Can somebody
Eric
just tell
is
this guy
racked
that
with
he didn't
guilt
do
and
it?
remorse too, but he didn't.
Just somebody just tell this guy.
Right. I know he is, and he's like, he's even told Sarah, I didn't want to get out of jail. I want to go to jail. Oh, poor Brady.
Yeah,
And he's telling Fiona to let Xander beat him with a bat.
He's like, just paralyze me. I deserve it. You know, good thing Kristen and John and Tate and all of them, Justin are all there to be like, whoa, buddy.
Mm-hmm. And when she stopped him on Friday and said, "Oh, I have something to confess."
It's not going to be that.
No, she's not going to say what happened. She's going to say some other baloney thing that has almost no significance.
It couldn't have been him because we were together.
Exactly. Kind of thing. That's going to make Xander throw up a little bit in his mouth anyway.
He might even swing anyway. He might just swing for the fences, Xander. Swing for the fences.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what I got though? You remember I told you I wanted to see the other side of Xander because we hadn't seen him yet. Even though he's got such a checkered past that we hadn't seen. Well, I think I'm going to see that Xander that I've been looking forward to because I want to see that Xander a little bit. I do.
That is fun. It's fun. It's fun.
I want to see a fuller revenge.
So watching him hold back his darker impulses, try not to be the worst he possibly can, and then be like, well, no, I'm going to grab this bat. I think Jeannie in here maybe said, they would not have used a real baseball bat for a 1-year-old's birthday party. However, I would contest, though, that the 1-year-olds wouldn't be swinging at the piñata because they're 1 anyway. They're really young. Because they don't even...
I know, right? I mean... Very few preschool age children anyway would be able to swing.
So just the whole concept of a piñata at this party.
You'd have to have a bunch of like 9, 10, and 11-year-olds to really wield that bat.
And even then, they get a wiffle ball bat, okay?
Because if you give them a real bat.
Because if the bat goes flying or falls on their head while they're waving it above their head, supposedly blindfolded,
it's a disaster in the weight.
I'm just saying, you don't give them a real. It's always a wiffle ball bat. Always.
Such determination in Angela, right?
Just saying. I know children. The only time you give children an actual baseball bat is when they're standing at the plate. That's it. Otherwise, you're asking for trouble. Okay?
Exactly. I have a nephew that was a very, excitable child. And my sister-in-law put him in hockey. And I said, girl, don't put that boy around other children with a weapon in his hand. What you doing?
With a stick. Just got a stick. Oh, thank you very much, Kelly, for your generous donation here in the super chat. I am now back for the fall, winter, and spring. It's party time, she says.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have to decorate the chalkboard next week for you, Kelly. But I don't want to highlight you too much. I don't want you to, feel, focused on, right?
I thought it was a very fun. The whole bat scene was very fun. And I don't think that Xander's going to swing. I don't think he's going to swing on him. Or if he does swing, I don't think he'll connect necessarily.
Yeah, he'll hit the wall again or something,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
And here Brady just thought he was going to get fired.
I know, right? Poor Brady. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
Well, there's also other people that feel bad for him. Ava feels bad for him. Kristen feels bad for him.
And they all want to make him feel so much better.
Teresa feels so bad for him in prison.
Actually, I think the person that's going to make him feel better next is Ava. I think
so too.
They really were kind of painting that on so strong this week, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think Ava and Brady Brady might get over Kristen a little bit.
Laura, Clyde has planted a bomb. We have 8 minutes to disarm it, and you're the only person that knows how to do it. We need you to get in here now. There's 7 minutes and 50 seconds left. Laura, please. Laura, relatively new to the show. Hey, what's going on with this counter? Well, Laura, if nobody else spoils it, Somebody's going to tell you. I mean, you're going to find out in 7 minutes and 36 seconds now.
Yeah.
Now we got a cool announcement coming. I'm not gonna
We do.
not gonna have anything else lingering there. No bomb. Laura also feels bad for Brady, and I think that's the point. And David, look at that. Everybody feeling so much sympathy for Brady. Poor Brady, who didn't do it other than having a bender, drinking too much for a month. All inspired from a sham marriage between Teresa and oh God, Robert Scott.
Alex.
Alex, yes. Robert Scott. Alex. We haven't seen in, well, not this week. Some last week.
Yeah, we didn't see him much this week. I guess he's just across the hall from Stephanie all week long.
Just
hanging out.
as she leaves with Everett's urn, he's just like, oh, I love her. I wish I could go. How depressing is it that the two people that showed up are the girlfriends of Bobby and Everett?
I know, right? It was really sad. I still can't get over the fact that they spread his ashes in a public park. I'm a fan of cremation. I don't think you should be spreading ashes in a public park. I just don't.
Well, they didn't have the wherewithal or desire to go back to Seattle for this and dump it in the ocean or off the top of the Needle.
And they didn't want to go.
Salem has a dock.
It's not the same ocean.
It all will blend eventually, and it's better than ending up in some kid's peanut butter and jelly sandwich at the park.
Wouldn't it be a dock for like the lake or something? Is Illinois on the ocean?
Listen.
I think so.
All the earth, okay?
Okay. Well, then it's fine to put it in the park.
It'll evaporate into the clouds and spread to, float to one of the oceans and become rain. I'm just saying, keep it out of the potato salad.
I understand. At least, find a clearance. It was sad.
Next time a piece of dirt flies into something and I'm in a public place, I'm going to go, oh my God. I feel like a cannibal.
Well, Kelly, I only have the one southern accent, so you got to just suffer through this one, whether it's Mountain Gray or whether it's Cloud Weston. This is going to be the voice. Laura says specifically, hello, Angela, Matt, and Miss Cat. Miss Cat, even more honorific than Mama Cat.
Are you from the South? You call me Miss Cat? Are you from the South?
Oh my gosh. I must have missed that part, says David. The whole memorial? I mean, I don't know.
Well, it wasn't a big memorial. We saw them beforehand, and then we saw her sitting alone afterwards because, Jada had a thing. And
they didn't spread the ashes on, they didn't have a scene of them spreading the ashes. They just implied that they did it.
Though it would have been funny if they did, dump it over somebody's picnic.
It would have been hilarious if they would have dumped it. There was a gust of wind, and Leo was walking up.
Like GH did with Scotty and Luke.
I'll do one better. A gust of wind blows by, and Ken Schreiner walks through the scene.
I was going to say, like GH did with Luke and Scotty.
Right, but it's just Ken Schreiner.
That was
no
so
name,
great.
no nothing,
that was
just
the
him.
Best part of Luke dying.
Nothing, just him in a suit with his Scotty hair, and he just and he goes again, and then walks off.
Yeah,
it's copyright free. It's copyright free. It's not infringing nothing. Oh my God. Oh.
He's not on contract. He's recurring.
Yeah, all he had to you can be like, hey, Wally, I got this idea. I'm looking for something to do.
That would be fun. But yeah, spreading of the ashes there in the park, huh? Mm-hmm. Off camera, of course. It was sad. And this whole this might put a light on Cockadoo to Connie a little bit.
Oh, so Rafe recognized her voice.
Jada was right outside the door that Melinda was being held
right? No. It's all just right there.
The call, because when you're searching a suspect's home and you feel there's something weird going on, you stop to take a call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have your,
ring, ring, ring. Hold on.
I feel sorry for Melinda though, because she got real tears rolling down her eyes now.
This must be so fun.
Poor girl.
This got to be so fun. I mean, for us, it's been weeks and weeks, but for her, it's been, a couple of days of shooting, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. And it's just been so fun. I really like the Connie story. Honestly, folks, right now in this moment in time, the Connie story is my favorite story they're telling.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It's soapy and fun, and and it's the right days of our lives. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't find Body and Soul to be a story, just more commentary, just more lines.
So your dad, Daddy T, was watching Days for like 5 or 10 minutes this week, right?
Uh-huh.
Goes, wow, this is campy, and walked out.
Hey, oh man, it should be right up his alley. He likes that sort of nonsense, goofy stuff. Bridget says, hello, guys. I think Sarah remembered when Marlena hypnotized her. It was Fiona driving the car. We agree. We said so at the top of the hour, Bridget.
Yes, I agree too. Because, and there was a little hesitation in Sarah that I saw for a second.
Yeah.
He knows. And she's going to pull it out of her hat at the right moment.
Oh, here we go. Lara says that the memorial was a missed opportunity to resolve the character's family story. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he just doesn't have one.
I'm thinking that they just killed the character,
or they pivoted from it and it's
just done. We're not gonna. Sorry, Blake. We'll find another character for you to play in a few months, but as it stands right now, this ever didn't work. But sometimes it's like that. We sort of got the similar ending to Lee. You know, it's like Lee is like, "Oh, I remember the lost love of my life, and now I'm dead for now."
Yeah, right. I was so sure we were getting her. I was so sad.
Right. And is real Lee gonna come back now that Ghost Lee is gonna evaporate into the nonsense, or are we going to find out that I was right the whole time and it was the real Lee Shen just in hiding?
Yeah,
because that would be funny.
I think that Dr. Ralph for sure should have something to do with Lee.
Oh yeah.
I don't want Lee to be dead. I really don't. I rather.
No, he's in a sub. He's 1,000% in a sub. He was also in the picture of the 10,000th episode or 15,000th episode or whatever the heck it was that happened. And that hasn't aired yet, has it? Or has it?
No, I don't think so.
Well, there we go. Maybe he'll be around.
Maybe he will.
30 seconds.
Oh my gosh, 30 seconds.
Are you nervous? Look at, oh my goodness. Oh.
The anticipation is killing me. Or wait, it's supposed to be anticipation.
That was so good. Go. You did a because I have a countdown and that was like tick, 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 tick. Perfect. You said patient on the second. 0. There's an alarm. Let me get rid of that annoying noise. Let me get rid of the weird framing that exists now as it shows some of my strange options in Angela twice. There's 2 Angelas.
God help us all.
Delete that, transition that. Hey, folks, we got a big announcement for you. I hope you're ready to join us again next week, live this Sunday, this coming Sunday. What day is that? The 22nd, I believe.
I believe so.
Next Sunday, the 22nd, at 10 a.m., maybe 11 a.m. We'll figure it out in the next 7 days.
Ish.
Probably not 9.
We're going to say 10 a.m.-ish. So just mark it into your calendars now. 10 a.m. next week, we're going to have a special guest lecturer on Days for Dummies. She plays Gabi Hernandez. Cherie Jimenez has decided to grace us with her presence. So we're going to be so excited to have her come here next week, live, Days for Dummies, probably at around 10 a.m. Gabi.
Your time, right?
Our time, yes.
So 1 a.m. my time. Okay.
Yep.
So that's what's happening. We booked a guest, y'all.
Yay! That's not as easy as it may sound.
No, it's not.
It isn't. It really isn't. Actually, James, JLJ,
stalk them.
JLJ Media, James Lott Jr. himself put up a video recently, I think, about how hard it is to get a guest.
Yeah.
We're not Michael Fairman. We can't just call up the PR people and say, "Hey, I got a question."
Nope. We're certainly not Soap Opera Digest either.
Lara enjoyed the Rocky Horror callback, Angela. So.
Oh.
There you go. David loves her. Great. Guest or Day of Days info, says Jeannie. Haha, it was a guest. I don't think I would do a countdown for Day of Days. I think I would just be too giddy and excited and just like as soon as we hit the broadcast button.
Mm-hmm. So we're excited.
Kelly wants to make sure that Angela's on the right page on her time zone, 1 p.m., not 1 a.m.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure that we all understand. She's got pretty
Well,
hair, says
I'm
Vito.
excited, so I will be here waiting at
Good.
1 a.m.
Okay.
I want to be first in line
Oh my gosh. Oh
for
my gosh.
entrance to the lecture hall.
He's gonna
I
be
love it.
banging on the entry doors.
I mean, I have the key as the professor, so
It is true.
should be okay.
She can
But
just
you never
barge
know.
right in whenever she wants.
Oh.
David says it can be a pain in the butt to get guests. I can't necessarily call it a pain in the butt. I call it a labor of love. A labor of love. And it's a lot of just sending messages and reminding actors that you exist. A lot of that is being like, hey, remember our brief conversation? Please don't forget.
Yeah.
But that could also just be me pumping my own anxiety into it, because I'm surprised when people actually think of me when I'm not in the room. I should see a therapist. Marlena, what are you doing? Oh, she's busy.
Marlena, that whole Marlena cracks me up. But one thing, okay, I've been to a hypnotist before, decades ago. I went to a hypnotist, in the 80s, trying to stop smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I did stop smoking later on, not through hypnosis. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that just sitting across a desk from each other, you can be put into some hypnotized, because that didn't work on me. Didn't work on me.
You need Marlena. She's super amazing,
That's
magical.
That's the key.
You needed Marlena. You need Marlena.
Marlena.
And you know what? I got to give the show credit, because we see Marlena doing this. It's not like old Kevin over on GH where he's, I fixed him off screen in 2 days. Here on GA on Days of Our Lives, we see Marlena in action.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing
We
it.
do.
Take yourself back to that night. What do you see? Boom, 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 boom. You know, it's like they play the Terminator drums behind it, you know?
Well, Marlena is just magical, isn't she?
She is. She's magical Marlena. You know what it was?
Magical Marlena.
Satan left a little bit of power behind, I think is what it was. When she was possessed. Now she just has the ability of minor mind control. Listen, if Days doesn't become passion soon, I think I'm going to throw a fit. I think is what we're ultimately getting to.
But my favorite scene of Marlena this week was not trying to hypnotize Sarah.
No.
Or being successful like she was. But my favorite scene with her this week, with her and Kristen, because she was letting Kristen know with no words, I can't stand your ass.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we talk about two powerhouses, right? I mean, when you get a chance to have Kristen and Marlena share a scene together, who, admittedly don't have many opportunities to interact. And so when they do, it's just like fireworks and firecrackers coming off of our screen.
Marlena she can't stand her. It was delicious.
You've been a problem to me. Listen, I know that you only look 56, but I understand. I understand that you and I were the same age, lady. All right, and you've been a problem my whole life, Kristen.
That was my favorite scene with Marlena this week. I liked the interaction with her and Kristen. I thought it was good.
My favorite scenes every week are always whenever John Black is on screen. I don't care what he's doing and who he's talking to. He just makes me so happy. All the time.
He was being a wonderful grandpa.
I'm a grandpa. Tate, all right, I need you to hold that. Hold back. Wait. Don't call her yet. Okay, now call her. You learn to play the Game Boy. Marlena wins hands down when up against Kristen. Ooh. You think that she would win in a fist fight too, Kelly?
I think Marlena is just too refined for that. She only goes to violence when she's possessed.
What she does is she goes, I'm not going to fight you, and opens the door, and it's Hattie. Get it,
but I will, you old broad.
Swings her bag. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. What other note here can I utilize for conversation? EJ and Johnny. Let's talk about that. Let's talk more about EJ and let's talk more about Johnny. Johnny was on this week having breakfast, learning about his dad, willingly sleeping with Gabi, being like, I think you're still wrapped up with Nicole. And EJ's like, screw you, boy. You don't know anything about adult relationships. He's like, I'm 32. What do you mean? I'm married. Of course I know about adult relationships.
Yeah, Tate looks a little old for a 17-year-old.
Well, I was talking about Johnny.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah,
But yeah, Tate does look a little old for a 17-year-old. It's okay. I think that they're graduating or something, and they just cast for the adult rather than trying to aim for the teenager again.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm no casting director. I
But
could
yeah,
be, though.
Johnny and EJ, Johnny is always disappointed in his dad, it seems like. But it seems like anybody close to EJ is often disappointed in his current shenanigans.
Well, EJ is always doing some sort of shenanigan, though, isn't he?
Oh, he is.
He's
Yeah,
never
he
not
is.
doing a shenanigan. He's always shenanigizing up.
He is.
Just a shenanery here, shenanery there. Just nothing but shenanigans. God, EJ. Clip that, folks, and share it around. Send it to your friends. Let them know what fun we have here on Days for Dummies.
So, Angela, what do you think of EJ?
I think he's being EJ. You know, I mean,
So what did you think of his scene with Holly? I thought it was, if EJ's going to have a tender side, he did show it with Holly.
he did. He absolutely did. But at the same time, it was really just, I mean, yeah, he has no issue with Holly, but I think that was more about sticking it to Nicole and Eric.
I think so too.
You know what I mean? There was definitely, and here's the thing, I have no problem with bad guy EJ. He should be bad guy EJ. He's a bad guy.
Yeah, let's keep the bad guys bad.
He should be. And bad guys don't have to be just completely evil all the time, but
but
that
more
was
often
definitely
than not.
Yeah, that was definitely to stick it. And Holly got some comfort out of it too, so she had somebody listen to her and it was good.
It was good.
I love the supervillainy of it.
You should never think that EJ is someone you should really confide in or trust. But yeah,
it's not like she gave him the nuclear codes or anything. She poured her heart out to him, but whatever.
I mean, I don't see. I get what you're saying. You can't trust this guy. But I don't think that she's necessarily looking for him to continue to be your stepdad.
Right.
I think that she's just there to get.
And I think, right. I think that she also knew that this was a guy who wasn't going to defend her mother or Eric to her.
Oh, absolutely.
Which she needed.
The one
because
person in town.
Kate was going to defend somebody, Maggie was going to defend somebody. You know what I mean? This was the person that she could just vent it to, and it.
Yes.
I like the supervillainy of it all. It was just one chair swivel and petting a cat away from being just perfection, Like, if EJ walked in that room and she swiveled around and was just petting the house cat and was just like, I was waiting for you to show up. Oh my God. It would have been great. It would have been great. Probably would have been stricken from my version of the script, but I would have written it that way.
And now, Holly, her disdain for her mother is elevated again. Well, she was, when her mom first took off, she was like, yeah, Mom, go. Because she's like, I have the whole summer to bed Tate now.
Yeah,
no, Mama.
No, we'll just get out of here. No, I don't have to worry about you.
Get out of here. But now she's feeling abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very much so. Lied to, abandoned, caring about Eric more than me my entire life.
And she feels kind of replaced by Jude as well.
And what about my dad, Dr. Dan? Yeah. Dr. Dan Jonas. He's dead. He's dead, and Eric is just around, so I think Brady needs to be punished. Because somebody's got to get punished. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Plus, she also still feels bad about taking the keys.
She does. So you guys, do you know, is Eric here for just a few days, or is Eric back on canvas?
I think he's just there for a little bit.
He's going to do this Dr. Daniel Jonas, I'm so sorry thing, and then run off. Hopefully with a repaired relationship with Holly. Because, hey, this show does move pretty quickly. So it's entirely possible they could be over it in 2 weeks.
Could be.
And then I've got to go back to Paris. I've got to go take my photos for that magazine that hired me and try to make another baby with Nicole. Was Eric punished for drunk driving at all? Asks Laura. Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I think Eric went to jail for a little while, but not.
But not for murder.
They actually mentioned it on the show this week that he did
Yeah.
go to jail.
Oh, yes,
but it
they did say
wasn't for
that.
a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a soap character, right? So if somebody's in the slammer for more than a few weeks, it's because they're not on the show anymore. Oh, my gosh. Unless you're Clyde. Clyde's always on. And
Yeah.
he's in jail. I take it back. I'm wrong. I apologize for being wrong. So, yeah, he's punished for drunk driving, but not the manslaughter, it seems. And if he was punished for the manslaughter, then Holly's just never read the internet. I don't know how she didn't know this. Like, let's just be real. How did Holly not know this?
She said she actually mentioned that she never looked. She didn't investigate.
That she wanted to, but her mom, told her that it would just make it harder, so she didn't, which is a little unrealistic because, most kids would be like, yeah, whatever, and do it anyway.
Sure, especially in today's world.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. Does Holly know that Brady has Daniel's heart? I don't think so. That hasn't come up in the conversations yet that I can recall, at least.
Hmm.
Yeah, Laura, I think I missed that combo, too.
I
Oh,
don't think
gosh.
that was mentioned. The only reason why I know it is because of Days for Dummies told me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, but the heart? Yeah, the heart hasn't been mentioned for sure. Hey, so how long until Gabriella? Is it Gabriella or Gabrielle? What is her full name? Is it just
I think
Gabby?
it's Gabriella.
Is it? How long until Gabrielle is pregnant with EJ's baby? Is she pregnant now?
That's the thing, is that if they're doing a pregnancy, they need to do it now so that there's a who's the daddy with the brothers.
I wonder if both of them would want the baby to be theirs. I mean, I don't think EJ would necessarily want to have a baby with Gabby, but I think
wants a
EJ
baby.
would like a baby.
Yeah. He was all ready for this baby, Jude. I need to work on an EJ voice. But he was ready for the baby that wasn't his.
Mm-hmm.
The baby he thought was his, but it wasn't. And then the baby that was taken away from Nicole when it was born and given to the real daddy.
And would it be hard
Baby
to
Jude.
necessarily prove the parentage too because they're brothers?
Ooh.
No, one, they're only half brothers, and two, the only way it's a problem is if it's identical twins. Like Jason and Drew couldn't do a DNA test with a child. Scout and Danny are biologically DNA-wise full sibling matches, even though they have different fathers.
Oh,
because they're identical twins, so their DNA is identical. But siblings, no. Regular siblings, they have different DNA.
Okay.
The lines in the little Geiger dish or whatever the hell they're called are closer together than complete strangers, but not so close you don't know who the daddy is.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long since I've done that sort of stuff. I don't even know what techniques they use. Back in my day in high school, we used a syringe and we put the DNA inside this gel, and then it grew. Right? It was very strange. I don't understand the science. Anyway, and there was colors. It was blue. What's up?
So yes, I want Gabby to be knocked up as well.
Yeah, why not? Her kid needs a sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Her kid needs a sibling. So hey, and then if we get next week, when we have Gabi on the show, Cherie Jimenez playing Gabi Hernandez, we should look at her and see if she's pregnant.
Okay.
Are you pregnant? Can you ask that? Is that wrong?
It is wrong. You never
okay.
ask a woman if she's pregnant.
No.
Yeah, you could come across a woman in labor in the park. You do not ask a woman if she's pregnant.
I tell you what. Yes. I was a new mom of about, I don't know. I think Stephen was like a couple of months old, and somebody asked me when my baby was due. Yeah, that doesn't feel good.
Well, I was not seriously intending on doing any of that. I know that it would be wrong.
That happens.
Kelly goes, that is so wrong. I'm glad that everybody knows I'm just playing. Hey, Vinny, what's going on? Vinny's hanging out with us in the chat. Sons in the Squared Circle. Angela's co-host.
Hey.
I guess there's a good chance to just take some time to talk about what Angela's doing on her own little podcasting sphere. Got some updates for the people.
Well, Vinny and I already do the Monday night Suds and Squared Circle GH show on Monday nights. And this week, we are recording and launching a couple new ones. First off, we're doing a new podcast about Sean Kanan's wonderful online soap called Studio City, and our podcast is Take Me Down to Studio City. And we're going to do an episode by episode rewatch and, recap and talk about it.
From episode 1?
We're gonna
from season 1, episode 1.
Season 1, episode 1. We're starting at the beginning, and there are a couple places that you can see it that we'll let you guys know about. And we have Sean Kanan's approval, and he's very excited, and he is going to help us out with this. So we're going to be setting up interviews with cast members and have
a full-fledged
exclusive Studio City content.
Ooh, exclusive
for you guys.
Content.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The highly anticipated Angela Answers fan mail we're doing the first episode of that this week. It's going to probably be like a quarterly, it depends, if the hate ramps up, we might have to do, a monthly or something, or bi-monthly, we'll see.
So what's the format of Angela Answers fan mail? Is this actual hateful emails you've received, or is this just verbally responding to Twitter?
Some of it's verbally responding to Twitter. Some of it is DMs I've received and, things that, stuff like that. There will be an email address set up. I was actually going to message you about this earlier, Vinny, so that people can send in comments if they would like.
I think this is going to be very fun. So, folks, if you're a big fan of Angela, and if you're a big fan of Suds in the Squared Circle, you're a fan of Studio City, Sean Kanan, the cast of that show, and beyond, please give them a subscription. Suds in the Squared Circle Media is there in the chat. You can just click on their name if you're watching us live. I don't know if it'll take you from this, so just use your center mouse wheel rather than clicking on it to open up a new tab. And give Vinny and Angela a subscribe over there. Vinny also has other shows that he does. He talks about the Bay. There was some wrestling. I'm not sure what's going on with wrestling and Vinny right now. And other offerings. So share the love, click the subscribe button. It's totally free, and it helps all of us get our names, our faces, and our opinions out there for other people to consume.
Yes.
So thanks. Ha. All right. Let's pick a closing topic. I don't know what it should be though, because we talked about everything.
What else is on your
the first thing I have written down here is, quote, make her more comfortable, quote, which is what Fiona said that she was trying to do when Xander walked in and found her almost smothering Sarah at the very top of the week. And I wrote that down because it was significant to me, because that's the exact thing that we said last week about the situation. Was Xander was going to walk in and she'd be like, oh, I was just fluffing her pillow.
Making her more comfortable, putting her out of her pain. She'll be so much more comfortable.
Yeah, not remembering that I was the one that ran her down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Fiona gets found out, that's going to be fun to watch. I don't think Xander's going to go after her with a bat.
No.
However, he is going to have no more love for his mom.
Get out of this house, and I never want to see you again. Now, I'm looking forward to it because I know that it's going to be intense, and I know that his face is going to be scrunched, and he's going to be talking with his mouth fully open, and it's going to be like on the brink of crying, but no tears are going to be falling from the face. And I'm very much looking forward to this moment.
Oh boy,
very
it's going
to
be good. You know what? And Sarah, she will be so keyed up about this. She will be so, oh my gosh, it's going to make her toes tingle. Will make her toes tingle. She'll be able to wiggle them.
Xander's going to be screaming at his mother, Fiona. Fiona's going to flip. She's going to break a beer bottle against the bar, and she's going to go after Xander. Sarah's going to leap out of the wheelchair to save her husband. to tackle Fiona to the ground. It's Fiona with her beautiful silver hair, by the way.
She, yeah. She wants to protect Brady a little bit, though, doesn't she?
Like, a little bit. I don't know. She's torn. She's caught between feeling guilty and wanting to get away with it, not wanting Brady to take too much of a fall. I mean, send him to jail, but don't beat him down with a bat.
Which one do you think? I mean, this is going to make Brady very uncomfortable when it all does come out. Do you think he'll be more relieved about the fact that he didn't run over Sarah? Or is he going to be absolutely appalled at everybody knowing that he had some rendezvous with Fiona? I think that's embarrassing news right there. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
he was in the sack with Fiona. That's kind of embarrassing news.
Definitely. But I mean, he's got the best excuse in the world. I'm a raging alcoholic.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Xander, I banged your mother, but at least I didn't run your wife down.
Yeah, but I didn't do that. Will
do anything for love, but he won't do that.
Meatloaf. If you say we're entering the Egyptian afterlife, and we've got a feather on one side of the scale, and on the other side of the scale, we put running your wife over. Bang, that's bad. All right. Banging your mom because I'm a raging alcoholic, still heavier than a feather, but not as much as running over somebody's wife.
Right. But don't you think that he's going to be like, oh my, he don't want anybody to know. He doesn't even want anybody to know that they're friends.
He doesn't even want to know he did it.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I think he probably took a Brillo in the shower with him.
It just makes me think, do you remember that movie Kingpin with Woody Harrelson?
Yes.
And he has to convince the landlord in a physical way to allow him a little bit more time to pay the rent, and it is nasty. So if you like nasty humor, raunchy humor, folks, go check out Kingpin. Bill Murray, Woody Harrelson. It's pretty old now. It's from the late 90s now. It's super raunchy. Laura says, in Brady's defense, he didn't know about Fiona being Xander's mom at the time.
He just thought she was a hot older chick, but new in town.
My beer bottle glasses are saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
So good job, Dr.
Many
Moreno.
parts of him were saying yes.
I do think that I think that you guys are right. And Ava and Brady is going to be next. I think that's the next romance for the two of them.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
It just seems too right.
Yeah.
This didn't seem like a test this week. This seemed like intention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like intention to me too.
EJ never liked over-the-top soaps. It's just funny. It's just the funny meta humor every once in a while. Just pour him a coffee. I've never liked over-the-top soaps. After sleeping with his brother's wife. Oh gosh, that's it. I mean, ultimately, Gabi likes her luxurious life and is just going to continue to get the most out of the Demira men for as long as she can. And basically, how that's boiling down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take everything from Stefan, and I'm going to continue stupid EJ. I got it all.
I'm kind of looking forward to them bringing Gabi's daughter home, and I want her to be a very snarky teenager, the little Gabi Jr.
Just get right in there with the Tate Holly Sophia crowd.
Oh, she'd take over the whole high school, I have a feeling.
Let's do it. Let's go there. Let's experience it. And folks, we also know that, in closing remarks, to get everybody excited for what's coming up on days in several long time from now, because of how the filming schedule works. We have new writers, we have new ideas, we have fresh perspectives, and that also means we have exciting returns to Days of Our Lives coming far down the line in the names of Sammy. I don't know what they're going to be doing, but they're coming through.
I know.
And also, folks, and this is going to be exciting for Ma and I because we've never seen these two before, not in any significant way. Bo and Hope are slated to return as well.
Both
a long time from now.
Long time from now because of their filming. But I way before I ever heard of, saw an episode of Days of Our Lives, I knew who Bo and Hope were. just because you just know just from media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. Like like Matt said, we have not seen them in our 15. Now we've been watching it for about 15 months. We've been watching Days of Our Lives over a year
For a
now.
long time now, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
So just stay tuned to the YouTube, because I can do a little post on the YouTube with the confirmed time next week for Cherie Hernandez. Also on Twitter at 10th Floor GH, we'll put up information there. I'll try to also put up information on Instagram as well. 10th Floor GH, 10th Floor GH. Give us a follow on the social medias. And you'll have the
to our
time.
Facebook page as well.
Yeah, I mean, that thing gets spammed with robots so much, I hardly use it because it's so irritating. But that does exist as well, and I'm sure I'll put up information too, because I want to proliferate the time as much as possible. But it's definitely square away some time.
I'll share it all over the place too.
Yeah, square away the time. Awesome. Next Sunday morning, live here on YouTube, probably 10 a.m., maybe 11. We'll see exactly when. It's definitely not going to be 9, though. We already struck that out.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it all comes down to when Cherie's husband can watch the little toddler.
Oh, that's sweet.
So join us next week for that. That's super exciting. It'll be our second Days of Our Lives actor that we've had to come on the show. For those who were here for it, we had Remington Hoffman on several months ago. The video is still on demand in the Days of Our Lives library here on this channel, so go check that out. We had a fun little conversation there. That's it though, folks. Class dismissed. Like this video if you enjoyed yourself, like it if you hated it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. It's absolutely free to you and does all sorts of magic for us. And then while you're feeling generous with subscriptions, head on over to Suds and Squared Circle Media and give them a subscription as well to keep track of what Angela and Vinny are up to when it comes to General Hospital, Studio City, and beyond.
And you can also go over to Petty Prattle and give us one too. That'd be great.
Well, there you go. Just subscriptions and follows and all sorts of different stuff.
All your content. We got you.
You can see our social media handles are below the video here, written on the chalkboard at 10th Floor GH in Brooklyn 74. So just follow all of that for the great soap chatter all week long. And we'll be back next week with Cherie Hernandez. Jimenez playing Gabi Hernandez. I gotta write this down so I don't find myself in another Talia situation.
Exactly.
Listen.
We're gonna have to put a big Jimenez in front of you.
Put a poster right here next to the camera. Cherie Jimenez. All right, folks, that's it. Class dismissed. We'll see you at actually 11 for 10th Floor Podcast. Talk about General Hospital coming up here later on this channel. So we'll see you then. And then next week. There might be
a kicker on that show.
Ooh, do you think there might be a 30-minute timer on that show as well? I guess you're going to have to tune in to find out, aren't you? Oh my gosh, what suspense. All right, folks. It's Sherry. Is it Sherry? Well, we're going to find out exactly how it's pronounced when we talk to her next week.
I actually asked Matt that this week in a text message because I wanted to know, is it Sherry? Is it Cherry?
It looks like Cherie to me. I've only ever seen it.
I think it's Cherie as well.
I've only ever seen it written Cherie, but you know what? Jeannie probably knows better than me, and she's also done interviews I haven't watched, and I imagine she said her name. So we'll fix that before she's on. But regardless, it's still Gabi. So hang out with us next week.
Gabi Chic. Oh boy, we got
All right,
we got to make sure we protect her from Cock-a-Doodie Connie.
All right. See y'all in about 40 minutes. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And I've been Angela with Matt and Kat.
And we'll see you next week and in 40 minutes. Bye.